All right, welcome back to Everyone Needs an Aquarius. We are back. The end of Aquarius season is here. Me and Dom's birthdays were over this past weekend. Dom, how did you do for your birthday?
I worked all weekend for an all-star event with Jordan Brand, and it was terrible. I will not be explaining. Them niggas had the air on, and there was like a basketball court inside. The concept of was dope. It was like Foot Locker partnering with like Jordan Brand. So like that's all like all they were selling was like Nike. Like they had like some Swarovski crystal sneaker. It came in a case. They were selling like a lot of like the top like Nike shoes. They had some LeBrons, they had some Kobe's, they had like I don't know if Luka's shoes sell like that, but they had a Devin Booker shoe, had a KD shoe. This is just from where I was standing, and it was freezing. Like they froze us out, and I know it. Like I said, I think it's likely because of the people playing basketball inside. But it was already cold outside. Y'all should have built that shit outside.
I mean, it's LA. It was decent weather, right?
It was cooler this past weekend.
Yeah.
But I had to end up bringing gloves and a skull cap.
So how was overall NBA All-Star Weekend in general? Like
I don't even fucking know because my ass was working and I came home and went to sleep. I tried to watch the playback of the game. Nigga, that game watched me. I know they changed the format of the game this year.
It was actually pretty fun to watch the actual game. The actual game was pretty cool.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it for a second time.
Yeah. I don't know what we're gonna do about this Saturday stuff, man. Like, I don't know. I know it makes the NBA money.
What?
The Saturday stuff, like the skills competition stuff, like 3-point slam dunk. Shoot, I ain't going in front. The women's one-on-one thing for the women's league was funner. It felt like than the one-on-one women's tournament they had. For the I forgot the women's off league that they have, but they had a one-on-one for the. That was cooler than the men. Why don't we do a one-on-one with men like that?
You're making too much sense.
Like I don't know if we could do the slam dunk. It's just hard because we've seen almost every dunk. Possible.
Yeah, I saw that boy that like hit his head or something.
Yeah, that was his daddy won the slam dunk contest too. That's Jason Richardson Jr. His daddy won before.
Oh, okay.
So that makes it worse. That your daddy won the competition.
That makes it worse.
Yeah, and then the way it was just like I don't know what they can do, and the only way it's gonna pop is, and it's not gonna happen, is if some of the bigger stars jump in it. But they're not gonna do that. It's not enough for them to be able to do it. And I don't know how you fix that, to be honest with you, that part. But the NBA All-Star Game part with the tournament, with the 2 U.S. teams and the world team, I kind of like that. I kind of liked it.
Okay.
I kind of liked it. The young boys went to work on the older heads, though, for the championship.
Oh, they did? But then who ended up winning?
The young kids.
The world people?
No. The young. So it's 2 U.S. squads, like a vet U.S. squad and a young boy U.S. squad. And they all three of them like did a round robin tournament. And then the best 2 teams from that played in the championship. And them young boys ran off the old heads.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So like Ant-Man, Kay Cunningham, trying to think. Devin Booker, all them young cats was on one team. And then all the old vets like KD, LeBron, Brunson, Kawhi Leonard, etc. were on one team.
Okay.
Another thing, Wembanyama, man, from San Antonio is a problem. He's a real problem. Like, he's exciting to watch. He's 7'4", 7'5", and can do everything out there on the court. He's a problem.
I know. It's gonna be interesting to see him play in the Olympics again because he coming back for blood. But then the niggas that he gonna want to beat ain't gonna be playing no more.
No. He got a nigga he don't like. That was on that young boy team.
No. I'm just saying though, because he want blood from like the OGs.
Yeah, but he don't like to do Chet Holmgren, and he was on the young boy team for the U.S.
Oh, Chet Holmgren, he came through.
They've been beefing since high school.
So he came through. Luca came through. Apparently, D Book came through, which I was like kind of mad that I missed that.
Of course, you saying like out of all the people that I could have missed, I missed him.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't care about these white people.
Yeah.
Right. And then, man, nigga, this is why we talking about logistics and operations. This don't have nothing to do with the company that I work for, but they had some kind of game, and then Vince Staples was like, I guess, a judge or something, and then Vince performed. Nigga, why y'all got Vince Staples performing on the ground level? Like Vince Staples, sure, he needs to be on the stage. So I was like, so I'm trying to see Vince and I can't see him. So I was so mad. I'm like, oh. But it was a lot going on. I just was like, oh, I can't wait for this weekend to be over.
Listen, I can't wait for it to be over.
I can't wait for the weekend to be over. I can't say, oh my God, because traffic, that is always the issue here. It just was, I was overwhelmed in the most underwhelming way.
So, I mean, do you think that people, I mean, they were saying a lot of people didn't come out for the All-Star game in general, like to even hang out.
I don't know. Like, I think I'm kind of so far removed now from that scene. Where I don't know, but it's also part of that in that I just was like, because I worked my regular job and then coming there, like it was like I was working a double shift and then to have shit like unorganized, like I couldn't even wrap my brain around like trying to connect with people to see where people was going. And like the one place that we talked about maybe going on Sunday to celebrate my birthday, I couldn't even do that because it's so small. I didn't even want to. Like that's a place I think where you would go right when it opened, have your drink, and then kind of move on to somewhere else that is spaced out.
In general, this is a good question. Just to kind of, before we go on to our next topic, I have for you. Do you think like those super big events that we were raised on, that were like a big event for kind of people to get together, is kind of a non-thing anymore? Period. In general, like I don't hear people being like, "Yo, I'm at the Super Bowl." No more like that. Like where it's like that was like a thing. Like I've been to two All-Star games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a great question. I would say yes and no. Because I think a lot of stuff is like crazy overpriced. Like when my homegirl that popped in town looked at a ticket last minute to the game, it was like $1,000.
Yeah.
And so we're in the back, and I was like, yeah, All-Star is something you kind of once it go up, you kind of have to buy it right then and there at market rate versus markup. So I think part of that is the case. I think that it looks different now post-COVID because like the economy is also kind of weird too. So I think while people are probably spending money on experiences, they're probably likely spending money on experiences in a longer form versus short form. Because I remember like, people would come in town for it. That's like, oh, I'm gonna be, in town. Let's get up, blah, 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 blah. Like and now I know a couple of my homegirls that came in town, like they were working. Like I got a homegirl that actually works for Nike up in Oregon. And then my other homegirl, she's in kind of like an entertainment lawyer from Miami. She was here. So I was like, hold up, bitch. You like how y'all coming in the city and not saying shit? And my homegirl that works for Nike was like, you want to know what's crazy is that I thought I saw you the other day at the Foot Locker event. And I said, bitch, you did see me.
So you did.
And I know it's probably harder because like having a darker hair versus that blonde.
Yeah, the people throws people off.
It throws people off. But I'm like, yeah, girl, that was me. And yeah. So here we are, so I think I would say probably not. I think there are certain things that people look forward to. There's like, oh, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. But I think it's one of those things. I think the thing that I mainly see people kind of going to is like some of the fashion weeks. But also, I think
you think people going to those more or less? You said that starting to go.
I'm not gonna say everybody, but I think a lot of times, and probably mainly because I follow like a lot of influencers or like a lot of people that throw events. So I'm seeing that happen. And then I only saw, from what I could tell, just like a few people that might have went out, where normally it was a lot. Like, I remember weekends we would be out every night, and I think also we just kind of aged out of stuff, and it's cool, and not and that's not a bad thing. We just become more particular about where we're spending our time, who we going with, how long we got to be there. So it's one of those things. So I don't know. I would like to, in participating, it would be wanting to go to more curated spaces, like them having like certain brunches or talks or conversations with certain people. Just like, I just saw a clip of, I think it was it Mello and like Chris Paul talking about what happened with him and the Clippers this season. Mm-hmm. So that would be something I would prefer to go to rather than necessarily going out.
No, and I want, and all this really, really kind of hit a crescendo. It seems maybe after the pandemic, really.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So since we're talking about NBA a little bit, before we go to our next topic, a little bit about NBA, I got to tell you what happened with my missing food, man.
So wait, y'all, before we get into this, Daryl and I have had a day. I called D when I get off of work. And I'm like, yo, somebody busted out my back window.
Which is crazy, y'all.
Y'all know I work. I got a low key gig. I work, at a school, and we can't park on the lot. The lot is only so big, and I get my back window busted out. And I'm trying to even grasp the fact that maybe somebody, like, they were cutting the lawn, and it, like, a pebble or a rock got caught into the, like the lawnmower, and it kicked out and it hit my window. I am trying to, but no. The reality is, I sent you those pictures. Somebody hit my shit because it's just how it was on the exterior, the outer perimeter. Somebody hit my shit.
What if DOC never got into that car accident? What if Ice Cube didn't leave NWA? What if the game never leaves G-Unit? What if Teddy Riley never moves to Virginia? What if we got that J. Cole and Kendrick album? What if the RZA would have never had that flood? How would the hip-hop world sound today? Welcome to Hip Hop What Is, the podcast where we dive into the biggest what could have beens in hip-hop history. From iconic album delays to game-changing partnerships that never happened. We reimagine the culture we love and explore its alternative paths. And you are now at Hip Hop What Is.
It's fixed. I got it fixed. I just got it fixed. But then you tell me that your food is missing from your birthday.
Yeah.
And I am hollering. And I was like,
I went out to eat Ruth Chris for my birthday yesterday. So I had my extra leftovers. I put it in the fridge. And I'm like, all right, it's lunchtime. I work remote. So I'm like, all right, bet I'm gonna run upstairs. So I'm just looking. I open it, and I'm lifting up food, and I'm like, man, hold on. So I text the child, and I go, hey man, did you have my food? She was like, yeah, something. And but it didn't feel like it. So I'm on the phone with Dom. I get to her school. I jump up out the whip. Like as soon like I'm the police. Like, hey Xander. And she talking to her little friends next to the tree, and they're getting the whip. So I'm, I literally I jumped out like probably while I was halfway rolling still. That's how much I wanted my steak and my potatoes, man. And she's like, no, I actually thought I took something else, the rolls and something else. So I'm like, damn. All right, we back to square one, man. So I come back. Why my black ass open up the microwave, and it's sitting in there from last night, I guess, where I forgot to take it out. I treated people, Xander, like the episode of Martin with his CD player. Like, I need to know where my steak and my potatoes is at. I don't know, Daddy. I'm like, you know where it is. And it happened. I opened up microwave. It's right there. Yeah. I don't remember putting it in there, man.
Were you drunk?
No, not at all.
You want to know the fucked up part about all of this is if y'all didn't have the heat on, you probably could have ate it.
Yeah, but it had been sitting there since probably the night
that's
before.
What I'm saying, because it would have been. That's what I'm saying, but it would have been cold enough.
Yep, and it'd have been fine. Yeah,
it would have been fine. That's the fucked up part. Damn.
I mean, it wasn't that much. It wasn't like a whole bunch, but it was, it still was a nice.
It was gonna be a meal.
Yeah, it was enough, definitely for a lunch for sure. But yeah, that was just man, that one hurt. That one hurt me, man. That one hurt me. And then it made it even worse that I was up here, trying to check people and stuff like that about where my shit at, and it was me. It was me.
So when you apologized.
Yeah, I apologized.
What she say?
I knew it. Yeah, she ain't let me have it done. You need to apologize again to me. I'm like, I just did again. I'm sorry, Xander.
And the fact that you did it, you are not being an Aquarius right now. I would have been like, I said what I said and kept it moving.
Yeah,
you disappointed me.
Yeah, it was a thing, man. It was hurtful, man.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's cool, man. It's cool. Hold on. I'm gonna pause something real quick. Yeah, so here we go with that though, Dom. All right. Your boy Kevin Durant, what's going on with him, man? We talked about him last week. I don't know. What is up with him with these burner accounts?
Okay, see, here's the funny thing about all of this is that this is a known fact.
Right, I know, but like this is getting weird though with them.
My question is how many of them exist, right?
So the one that they're accusing of is the one. It's sort of people can look it up. It's like D's nuts or something like that.
Yes, and so in some of the tweets, they say it says list of players. Kevin Durant has this in the KDF files. They are going as far as to call it files. Kyrie Irving, Steve Kerr, Nikola Jokic, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Luka Doncic, Jabari Smith, Alperen Sengun, James Harden. And one of the what he says about his teammate Jabari says, I can't trust Jabari to make an effing shot or get a stop. Just give him a tech, to be honest. He's low-key the R word. And so then he called and these are DMs with somebody, apparently. Like these are DMs. And then he said that he referred to.
It's called "Get Off My Dickerson" is the account name.
Yeah, but then there's another. There is a D's nuts. This one, it's multiple. So that's the thing that's interesting because he referred to his former coach and Devin Booker as two dictators, Stalin and Hitler, Mussolini and Kim Jong-un.
Oh damn! Now, do you think that he really was like, because he was part of like groups? So supposedly, I guess he was in a group chat on Twitter called Hoops in Life, chatting it up with his close followers on a bird count to get off my dick. And it's been comfortable talking about the current teams he was on and occasionally talking about past teammates and coaches. But that's what people assume that's in him. They're talking about it.
Right. And so one of the other tweets that are hilarious is, since MJ punched Kerr in the face, he don't fuck with dark skins. It's like he said, I swear I miss Ben Simmons. At least he would give me the ball.
Damn.
So Ben Simmons he said Ben Simmons is going through a depression. He ain't playing ball either. why would I guess he trade Kyrie for a nigga who hates basketball? So yeah. And then it says somebody sent him a message saying they slandering the God body count. I'm about to be on my Ray J shit. And he said, because niggas got me fucked up. So he has like multiple, he has multiple accounts. But when is too much? Too much. That's my question. And there's the word is that the NBA is looking into this. Is it worth the look? Because it's not like he is, you know what I mean? It's not like he is throwing basketball games and, taking bribes and stuff under the table. This is somebody being able or thought he was in a safe space, if this is him, to get his thoughts off, because he can't really talk to nobody else, about this, maybe outside your homeboys that actually play basketball that are not in the league, maybe. But I would assume that's what it is, because I could imagine how, we just talked about the whole thing with Chris Paul. We can imagine how things get so messy behind the scenes, especially in the locker room.
Yeah, because that's the thing, is that these cats, that stuff is like sacred, like when they're in their those locker rooms and those kind of discussions. This would be real suckerish if this is true about him, man. If these burner accounts are real, this would be real suckerish for KD to be sitting up here chit-chatting with random fans in a NBA like online, like Twitter group. Like now there was some other NBA players and like a little Twitter thing, and they was like, whatever, that's like a group, but you're talking to random fans and talking shit.
I think it's kind of a thing that
and he also needs to be smarter. If you're gonna have a Finsta or a fake account, don't have stuff start associating with yourself, like the birth date being the same, like you can't, or that account is trying to make people think that that's him.
That's what I was gonna say. It could also be somebody just making things up, because I don't think, or one would hope that he isn't. Because I was like, let me reframe this. One would hope, we don't know, but one would hope that he isn't that slow, and also, we would hope that he's just not that slow, because there's so many things that could be at risk, and I'm not. He's a more seasoned player. He is one of the OGs at the moment. And we don't know how much longer he's going to play. He might play, like pull a LeBron and play well into his 40s. But you just got to be smarter than that. You can't get caught slipping like that. And that's the thing. Like, you can't be this damn slow.
This is hilarious though, because it's still like this is no disrespect to KD when I say this. Some niggas need to stay in college just a little bit longer, and not for like saying you're not uneducated or anything, just like that maturity level of like, because that's like kiddie shit you'd be doing in college.
But that's what I'm saying. So think about when he really got famous.
He was 19, 20 years old.
Yeah, so your mind sometimes is
stuck. You stuck right there. Yeah. Like you need to get into it with somebody at the Commons over some Finsta stuff, and then know that, you know what, man, I ain't gonna do this shit.
I heard the word account in such a long time.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, we had those things happen that you would be like, you know what, I'm too damn grown to be having no dog. And if I am gonna have one, I'm not gonna be interacting with regular fans like this. You only watch. You use the Finsta to watch, not interact.
Yeah, I think that's probably why he has so many. If that is true, that's probably why he has so many. Hey, like that's what, but like you said, like because normal people,
he be forgetting though. That's the problem.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, and so it's a little bit of the cadence that makes you believe that it might be him, because when you go and look at his actual page and how he speaks to people, that's what like he just called, like, I was like, oh, maybe not. And so when I was like doing a dive, his says, "You funky motherfucker, delete this." This is on his regular page.
I know.
Kevin, you got to be smarter than that, because then stuff like that, because it gets convoluted and messy. And I mean, it ain't. This is harmless, for real. Like when we really think about it,
is, but it doesn't look good when you got a burner.
Right. You got to be smarter than that.
And if you have a burner is to only observe. It's not to interact.
Yeah, I don't even have a burner. That takes too much effort, and I don't want.
But I'm just telling you, if you do that, I mean, I have, like, for companies I work for, I've made burners for to watch other companies.
Okay.
So like, you don't interact though. Like, that's the whole thing, that you're just there watching.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't interact. You are not part of the conversation. You are on the outside. Even though that I've heard shout out all.
And if you do happen,
we're the people, but we're crazy. We the ones will have a burn. If we do, we literally watch and just document. Don't say nothing.
Yeah.
Unless we need to. Like, oh no, I got 13 years of documentation.
Baby. And that's why I'm be deleting y'all text messages. So I don't ever have no storage on my phone. It don't be the pictures. It be the text messages. Oh, you said this in 2015.
The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a show for 80s babies who were 90s kids. If you were a No Limit soldier, then this is your show. If you believe that Cash Money is not an army but was a Navy, this is the show for you. If you and your friends ever tried to sing a song written by Escape, In Vogue, Shy, or Boyz II Men at a talent show during middle school, this is your show. The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a bunch of 80s babies talking about all the songs and things that we loved when we were kids and teenagers. So if you went to the skating rink and you were at a lock-in, this is the show for you. If you think that Tevin Campbell was the original Prince of R&B, this is the show for you. If you don't understand the conflict between Monica and Brandy, but you're kind of on Monica's side and understand why Brandy got punched, this is the show for you. Make sure that you tune in, subscribe, click the little subscribe link. We're here. We're going to talk about all things 90s music. This is the show for you.
Damn, I did.
And they be like, what? And I'm like, nah, let me pull up the receipts. Yes, you did.
Well, I mean,
so I am that petty. But I say all that to say, if you do interact, then you then have a out of body experience in the response. Because these, again, are alleged.
Yes, they are alleged.
Alleged. We want to say that.
It's just wild that we're in that. This is that one of the top 5 players of this generation is sitting here having a burner account talking to random people online about other players.
Like, you might need to go play some more video games or get a hobby, like go take a pottery class or something.
And this is. I mean, we discussed a different form of this before we got on, but maybe he did go get a wife though. Like, maybe he do, like, I know we don't suggest normally for people to like go into a relationship. He may need one. Like, he may need like a real old lady. Like, he might need one.
He can call me.
I mean, that's not what I was saying.
Yeah,
before.
I mean, or like I said, go get a hobby. and like I said, go do something else with your hands. Take a pottery class. Go deep sea fishing. Go do something else. Go play golf. Put your phone down. Because even when I saw like highlights and different stuff and different memes, it was all these different shots that they had of him being on that damn phone during the All-Star game. Nigga.
Oh, so he was sitting there messing with the
No. Not on the court. It was like walking up to, like, why do you have
right, but I'm saying, like, so you interacting with the cats in the group? Why you
I don't know. Well, at least he's not ashy.
Yeah, I mean, he got sponsorship now, so he should.
At least he's not ashy.
And if he's getting paid correctly, he can't be ashy no more, because then that's going to reflect bad on their brand. So they might. I will put that in that contract too. Like, you need to.
What you better send there? I would hope that would be in there.
Like you can't be ashy out here at all. Like
can we work on your goatee? Can make that a little moisturized and polished and even.
We can get one of them beard grub companies.
Yeah, I might. Can we get you some beard oil, please?
And maybe he's a mad scientist and he just want to get all this stuff for free. So he like make himself look bad enough that I get all these products for free and get sponsored. I don't know, but we don't know.
I don't know. The world will never know. But what I do know is that you're not ashy no more. And like you just need to do something else. Keep your hands busy. Like maybe like you really should go take a pottery class. We get cups by KD, mugs by KD that you can sell online. People will buy that from him.
Yeah, no, they would. I mean, but shout out to KD, man. Please, I hope they say this burner stuff ain't true about you, brother.
I mean, okay. Actually, I'm about to make it worse.
Go ahead.
So in like, okay, is this him looking at shit? So I come across a tweet from 2023 where it said that he tweeted that he had he's like, burner account on Threads, come catch me. Sorry, Katie. It was too good not to share with y'all.
The same one? So same
from his main account, his main Twitter account. That's what he said.
Yep.
That he has
a burner account's moving over to Threads.
He said he has a burner account on Threads, and he said this a few years ago.
Oh, catch me if you can over there, like if you can find out who I am.
Uh-huh.
When do you think it'll come out if these burner accounts are real? Like how long do you think before or do you think that we'll never know?
Yeah, I think it would be kind of, unless it starts, it would have to be something that you could pin this to him, because stuff that he's saying isn't stuff that you don't normally hear certain people say, but then that's where it's like, oh, that's an interesting take, especially when he said the comment about Coach Vogel and Booker. That's a little that is something that could get him caught up. So you can't, even in this, you have to be still vague, but also, like we said, why you need a comment, but also not mad at you for wanting to get your shit off, but also maybe, like I said, you need to have a group of people that you can confide in, and you might need to pay the lady and lay on the couch, because you get off too much on these Twitter accounts and burner accounts. Like, he's been very public about he loves Twitter, and very public about having burner accounts. This isn't the first time Kevin has been caught in a Twitter burner account scandal. It's not the first, and it probably won't be the last. I'll say that.
All right. Next up, Larussell, who's recently just signed to Roc Nation, one of the top independent artists out here. They say
management.
Yeah, because he's next level with. He said that the Roc Nation was trying to sign him. They tried to bring run number, and he was like, nope. And I waited like some years to come back. And they came up with nothing number way bigger. Because he's doing all this stuff independent, so shout out to him, man. Russell's from the Bay, man. He started doing concerts in the back of his crib during the pandemic and like killed it. Ironically, Richie Rich, the rapper, tore his ACL on the stage at the beginning of his song on the stage, but he didn't realize, so he kept performing. But then he was like out for like a year from playing because he was old man. So you turn ACL, you out for a year. For performing at a high level. But Russell had this stuff to say about Lil Wayne. He said Lil Wayne necessarily isn't, I haven't been saying too much anything in his career or deepness, but let's let him say what he got to say and we can talk.
I had a moment in my journey where I had grew a disdain for Wayne just because I start listening to everything. Like, I start maturing as a human, and I'm like, damn, this nigga wasn't talking about nothing for a long time. And
I think that's what his argument was.
As someone who like grew up in these communities, right, and grew up with homies who I seen want to be bloods because they following Wayne and want to be gangster and want to shoot all the gun bar and shit.
Right.
Like, I've seen the negative that he contributed to the community. And I had to look like, man, what are the songs where he really talked about something?
Nah.
He's when he said he wanted to lick the girl like a lollipop. That's what he's talking about, son. or kind of How to Love, like that era. That's the same era, actually. If I'm not
I got one verse from Wayne. It's not even on a Wayne song where he was kind of being deep. It's on Hollywood Divorce. On Outkast. It's Outkast, him, and Snoop on Idlewild.
Okay.
And he talks about everything that happened with Katrina and stuff or whatnot. And it's pretty deep or whatever. But in general, I know some people are taking it like he's saying Lil Wayne is like a bad rapper. I don't think that's what he was saying. Lil Wayne is an awesome rapper, but let's keep it 100. He ain't been talking about shit though. He ain't healing the world.
I mean, after you back it up, then stop. And what?
I'm just saying that if you put all of the top artists of all time, they've had songs where you'd be like, damn, that made me start thinking. No, Lil Wayne has great bars. He can rap his ass off, but he has not put nothing together, in my opinion, where he's like saying anything super spectacular or making not mind provoking or life changing for people.
Right. So and
every rapper doesn't need to be like that. Don't get it twisted.
And that's what I was gonna say. I think that when we talk about cadence of rap, bars, lyrically putting things together, yes, he can do that. But also we think about evolution of rappers, and he really hasn't evolved.
That's
don't cuss me out. And don't cuss me out because they're gonna try to cuss me out.
I know.
But hear me out. When we talk about that camp as a whole.
Ooh. The whole camp hasn't evolved.
It has not evolved, and it's kind of been embarrassing to watch it crumble and burn like that.
That's real. I don't know. You're right. None of them have become better artists or evolved.
And I think it is.
If anything, they've all devolved. They devolved. If anything, all of them where they were. They devolved.
But that's why I was like, this will be an interesting case study because, think about when Nicki was on Monster, and knowing that, and knowing that Kanye wanted to take it off, and it was, I mean, she ain't shit to talk about either, but like Amber Rose pushing him to keep it on there, and this is one of the best, greatest features of all time. When people go, they don't go and sing Rick Ross's part or gossip, nigga. I got nobody. We go pull up in a monster, color where they want to go. We with our bad bitch that came from street. We all say that. We all know that. And it was this was just really, really, really dope verse. Crazy video to go with it, where it's like you kind of see her. Not that it was a Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Hyde, or Mr. Hyde type thing, but it's like Nicki. There's a version of Nicki that's tied up in the chair, and there's the other Nicki that's version that's taunting the Nicki tied up. So it's really, really dope to see this happen. And where she is, I just cannot believe that it happened this fast. Because we spoke about before, she's always kind of been a little bit of a mean girl.
Yes.
And always has been. And it's always woe is me. It's people doing things to me. And it kind of same thing with Aubrey. It's the same thing.
The Maple Leaf.
And the Maple Leaf. I was like, that boy from the north.
The Maple Leaf.
The sixth god, if you will.
I ain't calling no man no sixth god, no grown man.
I'm not calling him that bullshit. And and then even with Wayne, and considering how big he was when we were growing up, you would think that because he's experienced a lot of life, there that is song worthy, and to not really hear him play into that, it's like he played more into these current rappers that are kind of one hit wonders that have catchy hooks, and we really haven't seen an evolution of him. It would have been nice.
That's partly his own fault with his his alleged, lean abuse and all that kind of stuff.
That's what I was gonna say. I think everybody, like sometimes people have, when we talk about the concept of seasons, and you hope that season lasts a lifetime, but unfortunately it has not, and it's just been really kind of cringy to watch everything that's happening over there. So, wow. But people taking what Larussell said, but then this is why we talk about people not evolving, people not being able to read, not understand the context. Because that's it. Just
on podcast, we definitely discuss healing. We discuss aspects of psychology. We discuss you becoming the best you, mental wellness,
for sure, health, femininity, parenthood, dating,
definitely dating,
single parents. And it's from a lens of two psychologists,
Yeah.
So,
but also two people who grew up with both parents, married parents, and then you all know that Chloe and I are the youngest of our crews, her siblings and my siblings. So so it's from that perspective.
Yeah, looking at life through that lens. Yeah. So you're gonna get a whole lot of things from us. From us being women, going through life as parents, and all of these awesome attributes. But yes, womanology, the study of women.
The study of women.
Not even you, as we say in school, you're not using your listening ears. Not listening. You listening to respond, not to understand. Because nowhere in there did he say, I'm looking back, he was a trash rapper. I just thought he was talking about shit. Those are two different things. And the fact that boy had to say, that's not what I said. This is what I said. I have respect for him. And you can have respect for him and realize somebody ain't really talking about shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's a larger clip if you want to look at it, where he was, I guess he wasn't slang. But I mean, I don't think he was slang. I think he, like you said, he was speaking facts though about him. It's just that there is a thing now that is going back to Diddy again, because all roads lead back to Diddy. When it comes to a lot of this bad stuff in hip hop, yes, it does.
Okay.
The reason I say this is he was one of the first niggas that didn't want to grow up, so everybody else thought it was okay not to grow up. Okay. And it just became a perpetual thing throughout hip hop. If you understand what I'm saying, he the 60-year-old nigga in the club. Every other 60-year-old think it's all right to be sitting up at Club Live all night. Yeah. Instead of evolving and becoming a better person and growing and evolving. And it just perpetually went down. Same thing. And Lil Wayne, a little bit low key Birdman too. Birdman ain't trying to grow up too much either. So, and that's who Lil Wayne looks up to.
Talk about me no more. Keep my name out your motherfucking mouth.
Look, Birdman, you.
I was talking about you. Yo, keep my name out your mouth. Birdman. Wait, we talking to Tony, she said, "What'd you say?"
Huh? I mean, it's just one of those things of Lil Wayne. Like I said, he's a great rapper. He raps his ass off. All of those Squad Up mixtapes, the first few Carters, he's rapping his ass off. But how much, if you want to put him up against the let's say if you have a top 10 to 15 rappers ever, if you're going to give him the number for inspiration or talking about real shit on his records, he's not going to get a lot of points comparatively to those other rappers.
Yeah, absolutely not. That's why I'm down to the 30s.
Yeah, people taking it as you're saying that Rain's not a good rapper.
Right, but like we go back to what we said, it is the time, the time that we were in, what was happening. He was making club bangers. The production value is there, so there are certain things that why people say that he's one of the greatest rappers of all time. It's the production value of everything. But the fact that I only can name and for real, we take Lollipop away. One song that I could think of off the top.
And Wayne does have songs that are deep. Let me take that back. And but where they permeated, all y'all niggas like Lollipop, like you said. Y'all ain't caring about them other ones.
They not. All right.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is with that. But shout out to Larussell, man. I really respect this hustle.
We do respect.
All right. Last up, man. Rest in peace. This is as we wrap up. I mean, for the with our segments, the rest in peace to Jesse Jackson
and Robert Duvall.
Huh?
And Robert Duvall.
Robert Duvall died too?
Nigga, Robert Duvall died yesterday.
Oh, no, but they didn't let me know.
Yeah, actually, he died on the 15th, if I'm not mistaken.
They didn't let me know because it was my birthday.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, yeah. Rest in peace to Robert Duvall. Oh yeah, man, that was my guy, man. And his son is in the Ocean 11 movies. His son is the remember the two homeboys in the Ocean 11 movies that would work together? That was a part of the crew.
Really?
Yeah, that's his son. Also, his son was in a rap group with Alchemist for a long time. He was in a rap group that was kind of bubbling for a while in LA in the mid 90s, late 90s.
Robert Duvall or his son?
His son.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had to clarify.
That would have been awesome though if he was in a group with Alchemist and Robert Duvall was himself. That would be crazy.
Yeah. Robert Duvall passed away. And and Jesse Jackson, that was just like, I'm like, I really could go back to sleep and call the day off because it started off chaotic with Jesse Jackson.
Okay, I'm tripping. That Robert Duvall's son is not the person I'm thinking about.
I'm about to say,
even with his son, Alchemist used to be in a rap group. I'm trying to remember which cat was that he was in a group with. Scott Conn is James Conn's son is the one who he used to be in a group with.
Okay, I know.
That's the one. Scott Conn is the one that's in Ocean's 11. Yes,
because James Caan is a British actor.
Yeah, Scott Conn is James Caan is the actor. His son Scott Conn is the one I'm thinking about. That was in a group.
Oh no, he's not British. James Caan died?
No.
Nigga, he died July 6, 2022.
Damn. Y'all, we didn't. Damn.
And is it Con or is it Can?
I think it's Con. Yeah, he died 2022. Shit, yeah.
I don't remember that. You know what? That was still post-pandemic, like close, right?
So yeah, let's get off the people those people. But Jesse Jackson, complicated person, man.
Okay, so
Jesse run. I was his slogan during one of his during his two presidential campaigns at 84, 88. He was the heir apparent to Martha King back after Martha King passed away. There's so many rumors and things that are surrounding him, but he don't make it better. He don't make it better. He didn't make it better throughout his career as well because he acts like a nigga sometimes, or he acted like a nigga sometimes. So it gets him in trouble in people's eyes. Some people think he backdoored Martha King. Some people, think he was a part of COINTELPRO. Then on the other side, then he, the whole thing with Barack Obama.
Look, I'm like, so
that was me, but people get that confused because that wasn't. He didn't think he didn't do that online. That was some shit he thought he was saying on the low.
I'm not.
It's wrong. It's wrong.
But okay, so this goes back to your statement of being a nigga.
Yeah.
Why would you even say that in that studio?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He did a lot of shit to shoot himself in the foot, is what I'm saying, on his own.
I'm like, because
then he had a baby in 2000 with his secretary and aide. So like when he getting mad at Obama, he got an 8-year-old. Like, no lie, no, put the math together. So it's like
it reminds me of this line from K. Michelle on this song.
He got a set kid. Look, I think it's Malia. Malia's the youngest one, right?
Yeah.
So Jesse got a kid that's 8. Barack got a kid that's 8, and they in 2
years. It might not be Malia. I think it's Sasha. It's Sasha.
Sasha was 8. Jesse Jackson's daughter was 8 too.
Baby, it's this line that came and she's like, "You got one more time, you hoe. So don't be sorry, be mindful, hoe." And that's what I think about when I think about Jesse Jackson. Because
but he did do a lot of stuff. A Rainbow Push Coalition. He's the first Black person to win a primary. It's a complicated legacy. So I don't want to sit here and be like, I've seen a lot of people like fuck Jesse and that kind of stuff. And I ain't doing all that. Huh?
I was like, yes, no, it's not that deep for us.
Yeah. But I've seen people do that, and I understand, but at the same time, I'm real conflicted with it because he did do a lot for, not just Black people as a whole. Like Jesse did do a lot. I mean, now we can get into semantics of like what he did and what he didn't do and all that, but he did do some shit too, though, man. I mean, I just don't think that it's as cut and dry to just be like, fuck Jesse. Yeah, like he did. You know what I mean? Like that man did do a lot for civil rights too, as well.
Yeah. No. R.I.P. To you, and may the ancestors.
And the part of it is though too, Dom, because as more as I'm leaning, then his son gets jammed up and does fair time for taking money or sending money to try to bribe Robert, the former governor of Illinois, Robert Bolvivek, to try to get Barack's seat. Remember, because so Barack wins. So people may not know. So Barack wins the presidency. His Senate seat is vacant. The governor of that state designates who gets that seat because it's not an election. It's every 8 years. So you can't just be like, we're going to run another race. No, the governor of that state gets to appoint the Senate person. So that Robert Bogolov is his name. He was taking bread from everybody. So Jesse Jackson Jr. sent some money to try to get it. It was a couple of people. All of them got jammed up and did fair time because they all were bribing to try to get the Senate seat. That doesn't help out as well. Now, I think Jesse Jackson Jr. had an outside baby as well. It's just when your kids doing stuff that you be on, and like Jesse was a nigga though. I'm gonna keep it real from a lot of different, like honestly, he was a dude that was your stereotypical Black preacher from the 70s and 80s that would preach and do this, but be like, shut the fuck up in the back in the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they gonna go off on you. They may have a little side shit. They doing everything that's reckless. We have a higher moral compass now than we did when he came through the game. I'm just being honest with you.
And we probably really don't. It's niggas want to do shit, but it's just we surveilled, and it's easy to get caught up.
You said, hold on, what?
We are more so surveilled.
So you saying that cats want to do it, but they just don't?
Nigga, I'm telling the truth. And that's why, and it's crazy that you laughing, and I'm over here so serious.
So you think that, but then how and why do we? And I get the judgment, but I'm starting to change my because I used to give Martin Luther King a lot of bad feels because I always felt like he got more love than Malcolm X, et cetera, et cetera. But as times went on, all these motherfucking figures are complicated as fuck, man.
Yeah, Martin was complicated as fuck.
That's what I'm saying. All these people were complicated. We're living, and maybe as I get older, I'm realizing my own personal complications.
Bitches calling Coretta House.
Right, also, I know, but not now. That's what I'm saying. But now that stuff they're saying that's only the FBI saying that may not be true. It's just FBI saying that happened. Coretta never came out and said they were.
I mean, of course you wouldn't.
Yeah, but I'm just saying we're having people at this standard, almost like when we talk about the Epstein files. No, Epstein files is weak, y'all. We can do something every week though. Don't worry about it. But like, is there certain things where you're like, man, how do we judge our historical figures in the bubble? You know what I mean? Like, how do we? Like, what standard do we put them to?
This makes things really easy because, especially when it comes to clergy, political figures, all this stuff, we have to remember them niggas is human.
That's what I'm saying, though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You just have to remember that they are human. They are same flesh and bones, just like we are. They have the same urges like we do. Now, do we have the urge to necessarily have babies outside of the covenant.
That is different. I ain't saying that now. Yeah.
But we have to remember that. And I think when things happen, it will be not that it would be, oh, he's relatable or anything like that. It's just like, man, this is a nigga like everybody else. You know, you have to remember that. And we have to stop treating them, you know, people differently because of titles and the positions that they hold. You know, like we was talking about yesterday, like all the different people I used to encounter working, you know, when I used to work in sales. And I was like, you know, I think why I had a good clientele book was that I treated a lot of people regular. Just regular. I don't need to hoot. I don't care about you. Don't care. You don't care to talk about that shit. Now, if you start talking about it, then okay, I'll entertain it. But I mean, I would treat people like that was my homegirl or my homeboy.
Yeah, and like I said, Jesse wasn't all good, man. You know, like more than like
all bad.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm more on the side of like he was on some bullshit. But I mean, I'm on this
shit.
Yeah,
so and it brings.
I also want to respect in what he's done as well, though, in his passing as well.
Exactly, the two can coexist, friend.
Yeah,
you could be a nigga and do good.
Yeah, I mean, he be on that bullshit. He was on that bullshit, like I mean, and I think I wonder if would we have this. As we finish up, and would we have this much smoke for Jesse if those Barack comments never surfaced?
I'm pretty sure.
You think people still would be like on some fuck Jesse when he died?
It was stuff.
I think that was the thing that really took him out. Like that
took it over. I think solidified what people had been thinking and saying for a while.
Okay.
You know, but I think because he was caught on that hot mic, I think it just was like, all right, we already.
Yeah, because Jesse was a hater. That's what
I was gonna say. But and then you see what think about it. No. Look,
but I understand how he could be a hater though. Think about it. You paved the way. You ran an 84, 88. Motherfuckers didn't support you as much as this brother did. He comes out of nowhere. You've done all this stuff. You feel like through the years and decades, and this motherfucker from Harvard comes out of nowhere, and everybody, he's so beloved. I'm not saying that he is right for hating, but I understand why he was mad at hating.
Hold on, pause it.
Go ahead.
Okay, but like Barack really didn't come out of nowhere, and
no, he's being a hater.
I think it's different for us because we're literally next door to Illinois. So when we do the news, our local news, so much of our local news is Illinois. So I think it's different for us because we had a closer tie to.
Yeah. I'm Doja. They sleep. Yeah, we part of Just Posted Podcast, man. The best show on this network. Come on, check, though.
Seriously, man. Just Posted. It's just me and Doja sitting back talking about what the fuck going on in the world and the streets.
We said labor of love. He said labor of love. I ain't say that shit. Shout out to you know what I'm saying, everybody coming to watch though, man. We really appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all later.
Hey man, this nigga just tall for no reason.
I'm gone.
And he do regular jobs. Don't forget that.
Obama. So it felt like, oh, that's our uncle that live in Illinois. That's how close he felt to us.
But and then I go back to it. He was a super hater because his son was a congressman in Chicago, so he knew exactly who the fuck Barack was, though.
That's what I'm saying. But also,
but also, like, it makes you feel like, then people say Jesse was a self-promoter, and it makes you think that they're correct because it's like, though, if you really cared about black people, you just support Barack and just keep him pushing forward and not worried about your own personal gain.
I just think about the night that Barack won and they flashed. Yes. And I was like,
were they tears of joy or tears of pain? All right, I'm back on like Jesse. All right, Jesse, man, rest in peace.
We gonna let you rest in peace. They're gonna let you rest in peace. Okay.
Yeah, I just don't feel comfortable with us litigating and saying fuck this man and he just passed away. That's just.
I think that's a little harsh.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of
like
cats.
It's certain people that we can definitely reserve that for.
Oh,
but
yeah.
It's not him. You know, I know he's very controversial, but all in all, he did do a lot for the, during civil rights era, post civil rights, and even, kind of getting into Black Lives Matter, though his health started to decline. So I can give him that. I can give him that.
Yeah. So all right, Dom, where can people hit you up at?
Y'all can hit me up wherever you social network at. Say it. I don't know why that. I was like brain for it. I don't know. New episode of Whiskey Sour coming out. We dropped one last week with my homegirl Alex from college, and dropping one this week with my homegirl who wrote kind of like not that it's erotica, but it's nothing. It's not erotic, but she wrote this story about her dating journey and all this stuff, and so I'll be pushing that out, as well as another episode from my homegirl that is a food influencer in New York, as well as one of my cousins who wrote kind of like a self-help book, and so we talk about the book, the pillars in the book, the journey, and all of that and whatnot. So it was really good. That was a really great conversation with her. So I'm excited to share those with you guys.
Yeah. And make sure
you to like, subscribe, and share. Everyone Needs an Aquarius and all the podcasts on the SOLC Network.
Yeah. And make sure we got the voicemail too. We got the voicemail. We can pick this up with their thoughts and everything. 314-649-3113 if you want to chime in.
Yes, and if you don't want to call us, leave us some nice comments. Say something nice.
Yeah. I know some people gonna be upset with my Jesse stuff because be like, "Fuck Jesse." Some people like, "You need to respect Jesse," and I'm kind of in the middle. I'm kind of conflicted.
And it's okay. That's okay.
Run, Jesse, run. Remember that was his campaign slogan: "Run, Jesse, run."
That was a baby.
Yeah, I know. It was so crazy. I remember, man, before we get out of it, I remember my grandma, my grandmother did a march on Washington. She did a lot of those different things, civil rights movement back then. And Jesse was her dude. So I remember Jesse being the man in my household. And when Jesse's running for president, I didn't understand and know, because during the 88 election, I was 7 years old. And I didn't know, and obviously I didn't know how primaries work. I thought all the people that were there at the Democratic caucus was voting in real time. So in my mind, I was like, oh, y'all niggas ain't voting for Jesse? Who the fuck is in the caucus? The caucus, y'all niggas, this is my mind. As a kid, I'm like, these people racist. They racist. They don't want to vote for that black man, Jesse. Not knowing none of the stuff that that was known and understand the demographics and the way this all goes, and that Jesse be on some shit, whatnot.
That is fun, me. I'm hollering.
Yeah. Who was at the caucus?
Who is the caucus?
Who is at the caucus?
Oh man.
But thank y'all for listening as always. We will be back. Make sure y'all hit us up. Peace.